Sequential flowchart and pseudocode design. For sequential flowchart, symbols used are the following: the terminal symbol or the lozenge symbol, the input and output symbol, and the direction flow lines. For pseudocode syntax, there will be two syntaxes, and that is for the output syntax and for the input syntax. For the output syntax, these are the following options you can use in displaying or prompting values or variables. So display, and then if you want to prompt the user, you need to double quote the string and you prompt it and put a string within the double quotation mark. Second syntax is display var, meaning you are just displaying the processed value or the processed variable. Then the other option is display, then your string, comma, then var. You may have, for example, a string before you display the output or the output variable. For the input, if you want to input one value, so you use the word accept and then the variable. For multiple inputs, you may use accept, then var1 for the first variable, separate it with comma, then variable 2, separate it with comma, then variable 3, etc. Or you may also use single accept, multiple accept with single variable. So this is accept, then var1, then another accept for inputting the next variable or var2. So let's have an example. We're going to design an algorithm, or we're going to design a flowchart and a pseudocode to find the perimeter and area of a rectangle. So the values of the equations are given already below. Perimeter should be equals to 2 times parenthesis length plus width, and the area will be length times width. So let's have the solution on the next slide. So for this first example, so we need to get the perimeter and the area. So this is very easy because the equation has been already here or there in the problem. So for us to be easily doing the flowchart or creating the flowchart and the pseudocode, we need to identify first what should be the input, okay? What must be the output, so that we can get the process. So here, the process is just getting the perimeter and the area of the rectangle. Okay, so now, how are we going to identify the input? So mostly the input are within the equation. So for the perimeter, we need to get the length and the width, as well as the area, length and the width. So our input here is variable length. I'm going to make use of len, and variable width. I'm going to use the word WID or width only. Then there will be two outputs. Output should be the perimeter and the area. So I'm going to use perim for my variable and area as for my area. Okay. So now, so we already identify what should be the input and the output and what should be the process. So again, as mentioned from the previous presentation, if that is just an arithmetic expression, we're going to make use of the box or the process symbol. Okay. So for the pseudocode first, so we're going to make use of lozenge symbol. Then we're going to use start, flow direction line going below, and then we're going to use the IO symbol. So that's for the input. So I'm going to label it with the word input. Then I'm going to use len, comma, with another flow lines, process. Make sure that you follow the IPO, input, then process, then output. So this is the I, this is the P, and later on will be the O. So here we're going to use perim equals 2 times parentheses len plus width. And then I have the area is equals to len times width. Okay? Then direction flow lines, another IO symbol. This time I'm going to use output, and then this one is the perim and the area. So again, this is the O, IPO. Since we're done with the output, that means we're going to end the flowchart. Okay. For the pseudocode format, so this is the flowchart format. So let's have the pseudocode. So for the pseudocode, we have variables used. So we need to put below variables used all the variables we use from the flowchart. Okay, so we have len, and then with r numeric. We can also have perim and area are also numeric. Then I have the begin. Begin means the same as start. Then instead of input, I can use accept len, comma with. Then process perim equals 2 times len plus width, and then area equals len times width. And for the output, we can use display perim and display ave, but for me, I'm going to use display perimeter equals comma perim, and another display area equals double quote area. So that's the solution for the flowchart and pseudocode in getting the perimeter and the area of a rectangle. Let's have another sequential structure sample. We need to input the temperature in Celsius and output the corresponding temperature in Fahrenheit. And the formula is as follows. Fahrenheit is equals to 9/5 multiplied to Celsius plus 32. So if we're going to take a look at the formula has been given again, and we need to identify what should be the input, what should be the output, and what must be the process. But please take note that the equation should be 9 divided by 5, and the 9 divided by 5 should be multiplied to Celsius. So make sure that you use the correct usage of arithmetic expression symbols in doing the flowchart and pseudocode. So again, the given formula is Fahrenheit is equivalent to 9/5 parentheses Celsius plus 32. So in this case, we need to follow the correct format of arithmetic expression. So